Hmm. Hello, welcome back. Sorry about yesterday. I was a bit frantic. Unfortunately, well, this has nothing really to do with the game or the project, but I was unsuccessful in doing what I was trying to do yesterday. What was I trying to do? I was trying to sell some old winter tires. I shouldn't say they're old. They're actually quite in quite good condition. I only used them for one winter, and then I ended up selling the car that I was using them on, and the buyer didn't wasn't interested in keeping the winter tires for some reason. So yeah, I have this set of winter tires for for a car that I don't have, and yeah, yesterday there was supposed to be a buyer, but he didn't show up when he said he would, and now because of that, I still have those tires. Facebook Marketplace. All right. Anyways, I guess I should demonstrate what I managed to do off stream in the project, just to show you what exactly is going on, and also to show you what I worked on. It's a bit of both. Um, so my last stream got cut off surprisingly. The stream went down, like disconnected. Usually when that happens, and it's like a 5 seconds, it disconnects and then it reconnects as soon as my Wi-Fi fixes itself. But apparently, YouTube just counted that as the end of the stream, and so the stream ended up only being about 42 minutes long, even though I actually continued for like 52 minutes, I think. I think I know what had happened. It's like suddenly the chat just stopped. Because there were active chatters, people were talking, and then suddenly it stopped. Well, it wasn't. I got like an OBS notification saying disconnected, reconnecting, and then it said reconnected, but the chat didn't continue. I assumed that people either left or they just started being inactive in chat. But then I went to go to actually go end the stream, and I found that it was already over. You click over there, it's a stream. Yeah. Anyways, let's actually get to work. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I managed to do. So if I press 1 on my keyboard, which corresponds to Y on the controller, he eats the cookie. And the counter goes down by 1. And that weird glitch where it says put away over here, it's gone. It's fixed. It's all good. Alright, I guess that begs the question, what do I do next? Forgot about this console program system. I think it works, but honestly, I forgot all the commands. What should I do next? Oh, I think one chatter was during the last stream was complaining about how when you eat the cookie, you can't actually. Yeah, he's not actually holding a cookie in his hand. It's nothing. There's nothing there. He's just taking a bite out of some air. I'm thinking, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should make it so that a cookie visibly appears in the player's hands as he eats it. I think that makes sense. All right, let's go and do that. To be honest, like I'd prefer to work on something else, but I think attention to detail attention to detail is important in this kind of project, especially when you've got like 3D fully animated 3D characters. All right, so what is the best way to do this? All right, I think I have a good idea what to do. So let's. Why is it all the way over here? That's weird. I feel like that's in the wrong spot. It's going to reposition some of these objects. Okay. Sorry about that. That was just something that was bothering me, and I decided I needed to fix it. Sorry about that. A little sidetracked. Let's delete that stuff since I'm not using it anymore in the project. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I doing? All right. Here's the cookie. There's a massive cookie. It's like a pizza. A large pizza with no cheese and no sauce and black burned charred pepperonis. All right, that's better. That's the perfect size, actually. Okay. Eat food. Alright, let's position the cookie in the right spot. Okay, I think that's probably good. Cookie's inside of his face now. I think that's probably fine. So the thing is, I think that the way he's holding it right now, in this frame, or these frames here, is like perfect. Sort of think of him as holding it kind of with his thumb and forefinger, although the hand doesn't have the thumb and forefingers, or it has a thumb, but it doesn't have like the modeled fingers. Maybe I should change that. I don't know. Also, I'm realizing now that my modeling for this hand isn't that good. There's clipping going on here. Not clipping. It's like I'm trying to get a good look on it, but it's hard. I'm trying to do that thing where you rotate the camera around a spot, but I'm not sure if it's possible in this engine. But you can clearly see that there's something wrong with the modeling here. I'm not entirely sure how to fix that. I recall struggling with the fingers a lot in Blender, and I kind of just gave up and decided that this was good enough. But I'm starting to think that having a hand that works this way, where it's like a glove with paint with fingers painted on it, it's fine like that as a concept, but when animating it, I think instead of using mesh to instead of like deforming the mesh to bend the fingers, it would be better to have like separately modeled hands that I swap in and out depending on what the player is doing. So there could be like a version of the hand that has a forefinger and a thumb. A version where he's like got two fingers pointed out and like a peace symbol. That'd be cool. Get the player like a nice little gesture that he could do. Peace. Or victory. I'll worry about that some other time. Alright, so what time should the cookie disappear? Probably this frame. 1.3 seconds into the animation. Okay. I'm going to make an override for this equip right and um, thing. Well, actually, I'm going to try something else. Okay, so the cookie appeared there. But I would also like for the cookie to disappear as soon as it touches the player's mouth. Problem is, I'm not sure how to do that. Reason why this is difficult is because I'm I already have like a asynchronous timer system set up that waits for the. So what happens is it starts playing the animation where the player like holds his hand up to his face and then bites down, then puts his hand down. It already waits for that animation to finish. I can't set it. As far as I know, I can't set it up to wait for two things at once in the same asynchronous code. Or maybe I can. Maybe I can. I'm thinking I actually might be able to. It's a bit of an experimental idea. I also need to remember where to actually do it. I kind of lost my spot. Okay, I think it's over here. So one thing I did off stream is I added. Okay, so equipable items in my game, I made it so that they could either be left hand items or right hand items. From what I could tell, this limiting system was causing it to be impossible to unequip items for some reason. Not sure why. So I added a third type called none, and that was what I set cookies to. But I just made or I made it so that all consumable foods are right hand. Originally they were none items, but now that I'm realizing I actually do want those to be held in the character's right hand as he's eating them, I set it to left or right, right. I should change this. The trouble with this system that I made, and I don't think it's really going to be a problem, but it's like a potential problem, is where is it? Okay, here it is. I have to make sure that the what the heck? Oh, this isn't right. Huh. All right. Huh. Yeah, it's not. Oh, I misunderstood what happens here. This isn't gonna work. Problem is I'm using a animation tree. So with animation player, I can make it so that these signals are emitted whenever I can like listen for this animation finished signal, but unfortunately, I'm not using the animation player directly. I'm using the animation tree. That's a problem because now I can't listen for when an animation is finished, as far as I know. Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'm like 90% sure. Hmm. But let's test it out. Let's test it out. I don't even have a reference to the animation player. So I have to make one. As far as I know, this isn't going to work. But let's test it anyways. Just in case. All right, let's try again. Just in case. Okay. Animation tree handler. Oh. Oh. Wrong one. Oh crap, I just closed it down. It's not what I meant to do. Okay, so either it'll work correctly, or the player will be stuck in the, will be soft locked as soon as I try to eat something. Try it. Yeah, and I'm soft locked. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. I didn't really have much hope, to be honest. I wish it was possible to listen for, like, specific animations being played in the animation tree handler, or the animation tree system. I mean, the animation tree system is nice because you can, like, do specific, very specific things with the animations in here. But this system here, I can directly just call the animation to play it and then listen for it. But as far as I know, I can't use it at the same time as the animation system, or as the animation tree. As far as I know. You know what? Let's try it. I'm like 90% sure it's not going to work, but I really want it to work, so I'm going to try it. Zero one four underscore eat food. Okay. I really hope this works. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not going to work, but it doesn't hurt to try it. Oh? What? It did work. Oh. Do you have any idea how many choices this opens up for me? It's insane. And this whole time, I've been like creating these these what are these called? These node things inside of the animation tree system that are specifically designed to call these one-shot animations, like this one, or this one, the eat food one. This is how I've been doing it before. I would call this wrapper script, which would go into the animation scene tree and basically do this. But no, I don't have to do this. I could just do that. I could just use this. That is absolutely, man. Ugh. That is It makes me happy to learn that, and also frustrated because I've been doing this for like a over like several years, man. Believe it. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Let's right the wrong. Let's right all of the wrongs. Man, this just lets me clean up so much. Oh, it's gonna make the attack stuff easier too, because I can listen for when the. I've been using like fixed timer values. It was like a super over complicated system. But let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah. So I. This is actually embarrassing. I had these hard coded lists of like the ID name of the attack animation in the scene tree, and it would have a corresponding animation length value, which I would use as the value for, you guessed it, an asynchronous timer. Now I don't have to do that. Isn't that crazy? I could just listen for when the animation is done. I could have done this the whole time. I'm going to also rename a bunch of these. Pretty much all of the ones that have numbers in the front. You're wondering why these have numbers in the front? It's because I naively assumed that they would make it easier to find them, but it did the opposite. Hindsight is 2020. Not make that will not make that mistake again. You see, I'm looking for a specific animation. I can't find it, but I know it's here because I've seen it being called. Show item loop. Okay, that's almost it. Here it is. What? Knifey? Did not mean to do that. Man. Isn't that crazy? It may seem like a waste of time, but it'll be worth it. No more random numbers in my animation names. Don't blame me for not watching this. This is the boring, tedious part of game development. Correcting mistakes that were years in the making. Pretty sure there's no way to automate this either. Okay, this is fun. I love that. It's so good. Handgun. Fire. Handgun. Fire. Yeah. I don't expect to finish this today, by the way. Fire. Multiple F's. Fire. Ew, weird, there's no sound effect for that one. Holding knife. Well, I really liked this animation here. I like the way he's holding the gun. I was really proud of this when I made it. It reminds me of Resident Evil, actually. Like the classic ones. The character is walking around with the weapon. It's kind of holding it, pointing up. I really like it. Yeah. It's a lot better than simply like having an animation where the character is just pointing it ahead all the time, which fits a lot of games, to be fair. But this isn't really a shooter, so that's not going to fit. Handgun, reload. This is my reload animation, by the way. Nothing really comes out of the gun. Just kind of moves his hands in a somewhat convincing way. Maybe I should make a magazine fall out of the gun at like this point, and then like spawn a new magazine in his hand. Some other time, not right now. I'm too busy. Holding a shield. Do this. This is just kind of when the player is holding a shield in his idle. I'll call it shield. shield, lock, down. Shield, block, left. Shield, block, forward. Shield, lock, right. Shield, lock. Shield, lock, upright. Running. Right, backward. Straight. Oh, I could put space in there. Interesting. Let's stick with consistent naming. I'm using underscores. Snake case. So I'm gonna stick with it. Rafe. As you can probably tell, I'm still trying to keep things somewhat categorized using the alphabet. So any item that uses like a sword is going to start with sword. So instead of saying like a swing sword, it would be like sword swing. Call this run. Fall. Jump. Stationary. I don't think I actually used this animation, to be honest. Fall. Landing. Edge climbing. Jump. For ledge. Ledge. Climbing. Jump. For ledge. Airborne. Jump. Running. All right. I'll do one more. And then I'll finish, and I'll continue tomorrow. Edge. Running. And from range. What? Alright. Sorry about today not being very interesting, but this is just how things are when you're making games. Sometimes it's kind of boring. You gotta power through it. Yeah, I'll continue for sure tomorrow. Actually, no, I can't make promises for. I think at this point I should probably refrain from promising to continue like tomorrow or like the next day. I'll continue next time for sure. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll finish this off stream. That'd probably make for a more interesting next stream instead of just going through these lists and renaming everything one by one. It's got to happen, but the question is, does it have to happen on stream, or should I do it off stream? I'll probably make that decision myself, to be honest. But it's a decision that I feel like this has to be done. I'm of the mindset where that looks interesting. Oh, it's his headband poking through his chest because that looks weird. Anyways, I'm of the mindset where if something isn't like if I did a poor job of something early on, but it's not causing any egregious issues, I just leave it. But as soon as it starts causing problems, I go and fix it. And yeah, this list of animations with the stupid numbers in the front is causing problems for me. So I'm going to, I'm going to go through them and fix them. And I'll be honest, this already looks a lot better here. I can tell all the shield stuff is here, all the strafe stuff is here, all the sword attack stuff is here. There's T-pose. There's walk. Maybe for T-pose I can. Maybe for T-pose I could put like a few numbers on the front, just to make sure that, just to ensure that it's like stays at the top. Maybe I should. Maybe for. I think walk and run should be grouped together. So maybe I should add a keyword locomotion to the front of them, just to make sure that walk and run are our neighbors on the list. Idle 1, 2, 3, and 4. Item get. Yeah, so that's probably enough for today. Have a good night. I'll see you next stream.